Hey muñecas, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a review. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. We're going to be reviewing the super expensive Kevin Aucoin foundation Balm. So this foundation retails for $52, which I think personally is kind of pricey foundation. It's up there in price, a little bit more than what I'm used to spending on a foundation. And I was very curious to see and let you guys know whether the foundation is worth $52. Just a quick disclaimer, I did receive this foundation complimentary by Kevin Aucoin, so thank you so much for allowing me to test out the foundation. However, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna tell you that I love it if I don't. It's really an honest review. They're not asking for anything in particular for me. They just sent me the foundation for me to test it out, and I will let you guys know what I feel about the foundation. Is it worth $52? So if you want to find out, then just stay with me. And if you want to watch this video in Spanish, don't forget to go over to my Spanish channel, which is Glam by Panela. I post almost everything, not everything that I post on my English. I try to have different content, but yeah, estoy por allá en español. Si quieren ver este video en español, este sí lo voy a tener por allá. So without any further ado, just make sure that you subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so already, click the notification bell. Follow me on my social media, which I leave somewhere here. I post very frequently during the week on my Instagram especially, so we can chat over there. But without any further ado, let's just go into the review. Besos. Started. I have on my face a little bit of this primer. This is from Touching Soul and it's called Glassy. I received this on my BoxyCharm for the month of September. Yes, September. So I put a little bit just because I typically wear a primer every single day, even when I don't wear foundation, which is almost every day lately. But I'm going to continue now with my corrector. I do have a tiny bit of this one, the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Peach, but just a little bit. It probably most of it wore off already because I did put it when I was doing my eyeshadow. I just have a habit of doing that. But regardless, this one is a little bit more peachy. This one is from Becca, and I feel that it gives me more of a better coverage. But whatever, we're not here for my routine. We're really here to see whether or not that foundation is the best for that price. So of course, those of you that are blessed to not have any dark circles, you don't have to do this. I think I put it a little lower than I normally do, but that is okay. All right, so here I have a foundation. We're gonna be looking at these two different shades, FB09 and FB 7.5. I think I'm the 7.5, so let's try it out. But before I do that, let me just go into the Sephora website so that I can tell you guys a little bit more about the foundation. All right, so in Sephora, like I said, it retails for $52, which is outrageous. It's a very high-end, well, I've seen foundations more than that, but it's pretty up there when it comes to foundation. I typically do more like 40-ish foundation top. And then, of course, my drugstores, which I love. They have 20 shades in the Sephora website, and the range is not terrible. I mean, it's all right. Like when you see it there, it looks bad, but when I click on the actual shades, that looks all right. Like they can do a little bit better. They can do better for sure, because the darkest doesn't look too dark, and then the lightest doesn't look too light. But again, I'm not seeing them in person, so this is kind of biased. I would suggest to go in person to see whether or not the shade range, the range is actually cohesive. Other than that, they do say that it's a full coverage foundation with an innovative silky balm texture, fortified with hyaluronic acid for a flawless finish in an extended shade range. Well, they do feel that they have an extended shade range. Okay. It says that it's for normal, combination, and oily skin. It is matte, the finish. Aside from hyaluronic acid, it contains antioxidant vitamin E, which is to protect and condition your skin. And then it has avocado oils, which is to support the skin barrier and protects against external damage, free of parabens. Okay, so everything sounds amazing. I love the fact that it has avocado oil and of course hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. It's just icing on the cake. So everything that it's saying it does is pretty nice. So let's see, let's test it out. The only thing that concerns me is that it is a matte finish, and I'm not typically one that goes for matte finish foundations, but let's see. I think this glassy primer that I apply should help out with any dryness. My skin hasn't been super dry lately, so let's just give it a whirl. All right, so this is the packaging. By the way, it contains 23.3 grams of product, or 0.7 ounces. 0.7 ounces. I guess that's, of course, less than 1 full ounce. Okay, so it's not terrible, because typically stick foundations and cream-based foundations do have less product. Of course, we have this little lid here to protect it, and it comes with its own brush included inside. The brush feels very steady. It is a very small brush, but it feels nice. It's very soft. So let's see. Let's test it out. And this is the shade, which looks like it's going with me. I don't know. Let's see. So I don't know how much is a lot, so I'm just gonna go in and apply it. Yeah, so definitely this one is too light for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the other one. Man, I wanted to save the other one for like a giveaway or something, or at least give it to my mom. But I think my niece is gonna have to inherit that one because she's lighter in me in complexion. And I already touched it. All right, so let's try it. And just to show you, the reason why I went with a 7.5 is because it looked darker on the container, and then I guess once you apply it, it feels different. I mean, it gets lighter. So yeah, this one definitely looks more like my match. I should have taken, let me actually take away the other one. So let's try that again. Let me start on this side. Alright, so there you go. That's the application on one side. It's definitely lighter than me, but I think we can make it work, especially if it oxidizes. So let's see if it actually oxidizes. It blended very easily with the brush. However, I do feel that I need to go over it with my beauty blender, my beauty sponge. Just, I don't know, just out of habit, I guess, because I'm not really used to using a brush for my entire face anymore. So let me go over it with this before I show you the before and the after. Alright, yeah, that's definitely better. I like it a lot more like that. It looks very natural. So I'm really liking that. The only complaint that I have right now is the tone, that I wish it was a little bit darker. But I think I can make it work using contour and bronzer and all of that. So let me do the other side and we shall see. So I am gonna go in with the brush first, but then I will go over it once again with a beauty blender just to make sure that everything is nice and blended. But yeah, definitely you have to go in with a brush first just to make sure that you distribute the product everywhere. Alright, so this is how it's looking right now. I do like the finish a lot. It looks very natural. I wouldn't say that it's matte. I would say it's more like a natural finish. However, my only complaint up until right now is the shade and the fact that it looks darker on the actual packaging, or like here when it's compacted in here, than when you apply it and diffuse it on the face. But other than that, I am liking the foundation. Again, it does not look matte. It blended out very nicely, easy. It doesn't look like it oxidizes either. When you need it to oxidize, of course, it's not gonna oxidize. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna apply the rest of my makeup, and I will let you know whether or not, you know, it was a good match with everything else that I'm putting on my face. So I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and put everything on my face. I finished my eyes, my contour, highlight, all that jazz, and I am ready to tell you guys how I feel as of right now when it comes to the foundation. I'm loving it. I feel like everything applied smoothness. Like, it wasn't difficult to blend my concealer. It wasn't difficult to blend my contour, which, by the way, I'm only using cream contour today, trying to, you know, expand a little bit because I've been stuck on just my powder bronzer. But yeah, I'm using this as a blush, and then a mix of these two for my contour, and that's what I'm doing. And I feel that it darkened up the foundation a little bit, so I can get away with using this shade, even though, of course, I would prefer to get my right tone. But, you know, life is not perfect. They only send me those two. Actually, they sent me three, but the other one is a middle shade, and it's definitely too light for me also. So my opinion as of right now has not changed. I'm really liking it. It's not settling anywhere, not settling in my smile lines or my wrinkles, if you want to call them that, but I want to call them smile lines, lines of happiness. It's looking flawless right now. I'm really liking it. I'm really impressed. Is it worth $52? We shall see at the end of the day, because of course if it lasts the entire day, then it's awesome and I like the way that I'm looking, and if I finish the end of the day looking like this, then I'll say that yes, go spend your money on this foundation. Otherwise, if it doesn't last at least 8 hours, then let's see. Let me not jump into conclusions. Let me just finish the rest of my day, and I'll be back at the end of the day to show you guys how the foundation reacted. See you later. Bye. Alright, muñecas, so I am back. It is right now 10:04 p.m. So I have the foundation for well over 8 hours. I started doing my makeup at right around 1:30, I want to say, but I finished everything with like the application of the foundation and everything probably around 2:30, 2:45ish. But you know, bottom line, it's been over 8 hours that I started my makeup. I always forget to look at the time when I start and finish with my makeup, but I know it's been at over 8 hours, which is a normal time frame for somebody to wear a foundation. So my opinion right now, as you can see, the foundation looks flawless still. I really like it. It held the contour, the blush, the highlights in its place for over 8 hours, and I did not set my face. I didn't even spray my face with a setting spray, which I typically always do. My only complaint about the foundation, and I didn't even notice until my sister pointed it out earlier, because I asked her, she was like, the only thing is that you can kind of see my pores a little bit more pronounced right here in this area. But that is okay for me. I mean, I did not use a pore filling primer, which I typically don't unless it's a foundation like this one that's more like on the matte side. So that typically happens to me whenever I wear a matte foundation. But again, this foundation is not super matte. It's more on the natural finish. But in the future, whenever I will re-wear it or wear it again, I will definitely a pore filling primer, like the Tarte one, like the Benefit Professional, like something along those lines that will like filling the pores. But other than that, I am really loving the foundation. I really love how my skin looks. The color is fine. Like I was able to make it work using heavy hand with my contour, so it's not terrible. It doesn't oxidize like I was hoping it did. It never happens when you want it to. So I mean, bottom line is I like it. Is it worth $52? I think so. I mean, I've tried a lot more expensive foundations that I didn't like at all. And this foundation is very close to my taste, very similar to other foundations that I enjoy, like the Fenty Pro Filter, what is it called? Pro Filter Hydrating Foundation by Fenty. The Anastasia one I really like. The my Pro Glow from L'Oreal, I love, I'm obsessed, but I want to compare it more to like high-end. I like it more than the Luminous, Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, which is right around that price range. So as you can see, it's yes, I don't want to compare it to a drugstore, because the drugstore has a lot of good options and are very affordable. But if you want to splurge, you know, and buy yourself something fancy that works really well, this is a very nice foundation. So with that, my loves, I'm gonna say good night. I am dying to take off my lashes. That feels so good. That feels so good. So I'm gonna go to bed. Before you head out, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And of course, thumbs up the video if you haven't. I love you all, and I see you next time. Besos. Bye.